All right, so sitting up comfortably, today's yin class is going to be all about our hips. We're going to do hip openers, flexion, extension, external rotation, abduction. So what you'll need is a blanket, especially if your hips are tight, and a bolster or a cushion with a towel wrapped around it. All right, so sitting up straight, take your right palm into the left palm, thumbs to touch. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale through the nose. Just inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And just gently close your eyes, letting go of the outside world for this class and just turning your attention inwards. Good, and then take another inhale for 4 and just float your arms up. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, very slowly, and then just down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, inhaling up, 3, 4, exhaling down, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhaling and exhaling. Good, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, and maybe gazing up now as you lengthen through the waist. And then on the exhale, take a gentle twist. So left hand to right knee, just a gentle gaze behind you. And then come up again. And exhale, twist. One more on each side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. And release. Good. Just shake your wrists out. Give your legs a rub. Okay, so we're going to come into the first pose, which is a butterfly pose. So a loose butterfly. So soles of the feet out in front of you. Sitting on a blanket. If you notice that you're hunched over like that, if you're tight, then sit up on a blanket so that you can get that better posture in the pose and just allow yourself to relax more deeply. So soles of the feet touching. Option to place the cushion or your bolster over the legs and then coming forward either with the palms turned up on top of the legs or sliding the hands under your calf muscles. Letting go, let the legs just fall out to the side like butterfly wings. Softening the face, softening the back of the neck. And just slowly coming forward. Keeping the awareness on the breath and the sensations in the body. You might notice with time and gravity, you really open up and come forward even more. You might need to push your props away. It's okay, you can do that. Keep breathing into your hips. You're getting this abduction and the flexion. Your hips, breathe into that ball and socket joint as you relax into the groin. Softening the whole back and the back of the head. The chin can be inner to the chest slightly. And these forward bends are super calming for the mind. Good. And when you're ready, just turn the palms over and slowly push the floor away. Move like you're moving through water to come up. So really taking your time. And when you come up, take a deep breath. And then just manually bring the knees up together. Drop the knees to the left. So keep the feet where they are. Drop the knees to the left and just bring that right arm around and just lift through the chest. Take a breath there. And then other way, knees drop to the right, left arm comes around, lift up through your chest. And then slowly back to center. Okay, we're going to come into a straddle now. So the straddle is with the legs wide. I'm going to stay sitting up on a blanket. It's a really good thing to do if your hamstrings are tight. And just take a moment there once your legs are in the straddle pose. It's quite nice to make sure that your heels are on your mat, or at least with a blanket underneath them, because after holding the pose for a while, it can become quite strong on the heels. So soften and let the heels and the feet relax. And we're going to go over to the right side first. So option to put the bolster or the blanket on the leg, otherwise just hands on either side of that right leg, and just let yourself round over the right leg. So just let the head come down. We're not going to force anything. There's just an easefulness to the movement. Using your hands to gently lower yourself and ensure that your left sit bone remains connected to the earth. So you don't want that sit bone to rise up. Drop the left shoulder a little bit more. Soften the head, soften the jaw muscles. Soften the back of the neck and just let yourself relax into the pose. Good, and then gently push the floor away to come up. And in your own time, just swap over to the other side. So you might want to take a breath at center. So noticing any rebound effects of the pose. And then turning to the left leg, place your hands on either side. And slowly and gently rounding the shoulders to come forward. Chin to the chest. Softening and letting go. You can let your feet and the balls of the feet relax here. Good, and slowly and gently, take your time. Push the floor away, take a moment, take a breath, notice the rebound. And then slide the hands under the knees again, bring your legs forward. And we'll take that twist again, so drop the knees to the left, right arm comes around, lift up through the chest. And then swapping over to the other side. Good, and gently coming back to center. All right, from here we're going to come into our shoelace pose. So slide the right leg under, left knee on top. You want both sit bones anchored onto either a blanket or onto the floor here. So if that's enough for you, just to sit in your shoelace, that's fine. But if you'd like to add the arms, we're going to bring the arms out in front. And the left arm's going to be on top. Sorry, the left arm's going to be on the bottom because the left leg's on the top. Right arm over. And you're coming to the eagle pose with your arms. Take a breath here. And you can either sit up like this, or if you feel like coming forward, you can fold over the legs. So breathing into the shoulders, breathing into the groin. Getting this nice external rotation in your hips. And then slowly come forward if that's suitable. Good, and inhale, slowly come out up and just unravel the arms, push the arms to the side, fingertips up, take a deep breath here. Good, and release the hands down now, unravel the legs, and we're going to turn so that we're long ways on our mat and come into a dragon with that left leg forward. So we just had the left leg on top, so we're going to place that left leg forward and come into our dragon pose. So your options here are either to have the hands down on either side of the foot, or you can come up onto the knee. So just choosing what works for you. And once you come into the pose, make sure your left knee's on top of the ankle. You're going to feel that extension through the right hip flexor as you drop the pelvic bowl down towards the earth. Breathe into the hips. We can store a lot of emotion in the hips. So if you feel different emotions arising, that's perfectly normal. Just observe what's coming up for you. Breathe into it, and then you'll notice that it dissipates. Good, and for the last minute, we're going to come into a winged dragon if you'd like to. So it's an invitation. If you want to stay where you are, you can. Otherwise, hands down inside that leg. Turn the right foot out 45 degrees, maybe coming to the pinky side of that foot. And then either staying like that or drop the elbows down. Much deeper stretch into that external rotation of the hips. Well done. And slowly push the floor away. Walk yourself back. Release that leg. And just do a little sway from side to side. Maybe some circles there, just doing what you need to do to release it. And then we'll come to the other side. So the same sequence on the other side. We're going to start with our shoelace on this side. So the right knee over the left knee now. Left. Yeah, normally I do the right first, so apologies, we've done left first today. All right, sitting up. Maybe staying there, or if you'd like to add the arms out in front. Left arm on top. Take a moment, take a breath. Just ensure that both sit bones are connected to the earth. And then when you're ready, coming forward over the legs. And don't worry if the arms come undone as you come forward. That's okay. Just let them go. Breathe into the hips, breathe into the groin. Good, and very gently coming up, take a breath. Unravel the arms, send the arms out to the side, fingertips up to the sky, push the palms away. Take a nice inhale here. And release. Well done. All right, coming to saddle, to dragon on the other side. So the right leg's going to be forward. Coming onto all fours, step the right foot forward. Inhale, come up onto the knee. And start to let go into the hips. Take some deep inhales all the way down to the hip joints. Fill the belly up as you breathe, and exhale, soften and release. And for the last minute, you can have the option to turn that right foot out 45 degrees and come onto the pinky side, coming down into the elbows, if you'd like to go deeper. Well done. And slowly push up, release that leg, come to all fours, taking some movements that feel good for you, maybe through some cat-cows or just some circles with the hips. Just whatever feels good. Okay, and so now we're going to do extension of the hips. We've done external rotation, we've done flexion, abduction. So we're doing extension now, and the best pose for that is saddle pose. So grabbing your support, remembering if you have a tender lower back, then have full support down the spine. So you'd have your bolster or cushions that way. If your back's healthy, your lower back, you can turn it that way to support across your shoulders. So toes to touch, sitting back onto your heels and taking your time to come into saddle, where we're going to get the benefits of a hip extension, but energetically we're also working into the stomach and the digestion and also charging the kidneys. So there's myriad of benefits in this pose. So when you're ready, coming onto the heels and slowly lowering to the elbows. I like to come down onto the elbows first, setting up, finding that position with your bolster, taking your time to get into the pose and feeling that space you're creating in the whole front body. My knees start a little bit high off the ground, but that's okay, they relax down. Breathing into the front body. Well done. And to come out, move very slowly. Think about moving first, maybe coming onto the elbows or maybe just rolling to the side. Take your time. And the counter pose for your saddle is a plank pose, a forearm plank pose. So we're just going to take that just for 5 breaths. When you're ready, all fours. If it doesn't feel good, you could just do a child's pose. Otherwise, a forearm plank, stepping back. Neutralizing the spine. And then release when you've had enough and find your way onto your back. So lying on your back also helps to neutralize the spine. Lying on your back, arms out 180 degrees. And we're going to take a supine twist. So if you want to make this twist stronger, you can take the right knee over the left knee and drop the legs. Otherwise, you can have the feet hip distance and just drop both knees together. So just choosing the variation that feels good. I'm going to cross my legs over today. So your knees will drop to the left, the gaze is to the right. Try and keep the shoulders anchored down. Good, and when you're ready, slowly come up, unravel the legs, take a breath, and go to the other side. Knees to the right, gaze to the left this time. Good, and very slowly back to center. Unravel your legs. Take the knees wide and just drop the knees into touch. So the knees are wider than hips. Just take a breath there. And then hug your knees in, roll around a little bit, and we'll take a happy baby. So feet to the sky, arms inside the knees, and take the hands to the pinky side of the feet. Send the tailbone down towards the mat and just take a couple of deep breaths here. Well done. And gently release the legs, stretching out for your Shavasana and placing a bolster under the knees if you'd like to support your lower back. Otherwise, just turning the palms up, covering yourself if you'd like to. Otherwise, taking space on your mat. Take a final deep breath in. Exhale out of the mouth. Let it all go. And just allow yourself to feel the benefits of all of the movement that you've done. Let everything integrate. And just taking this Shavasana to reap the benefits of your practice. Gently deepen the breath. Start to move the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, stretch up overhead. And slowly roll to the right side, maybe using your arm as a pillow for a moment, just taking a moment there. Before you use your left arm to help yourself up. And just rubbing the hands together, feeling the hands as an extension of your heart. Feel the warmth in the palms and just place the hands over the eyes. Let the eyes relax into the eye sockets. And take a deep inhale. Float the arms above the head, gathering strength and energy for the rest of the day. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's seal the practice with a primordial Om. Inhale. Om. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste.
Namaste.
Well done.